So whatever, obviously how many clients we enrolled,
right?
Clients, how many leads came in. Obviously, just having a spreadsheet or having all that together, organized, I think in the binder is going to be phenomenal.
Okay.
But just a few things that I really wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Which is obviously, given the fact that now we have a lot of locations.
Yes.
I need everybody to be talking the same language.
Right.
I've been talking of processing. I just literally did a video. I was talking to Chris. We were just talking about marketing stuff and just going over the stuff. And I found through one of my videos that a client made a comment with regards to customer service. We just had the little powwow right now with the sales team.
Right.
And why? Because I don't want people coming in the program that are not supposed to be coming in the program. That's going to set the wrong expectations. So going back and just reiterating a few things, especially if it's, I think in a sense, we should even do another video addressing the type of accounts that are highly successful or the type of accounts that we have a lot of potential in deleting based on certain circumstances.
Okay.
The type of accounts that should not be included, or if a client wants to go ahead, and it's what I was saying too, is like, if somebody really needs to delete an inquiry, or if somebody really needs to go ahead and delete a charge off for a collection, we're not going to turn away business.
Right.
But we need to cover our own asses. I don't want us to go ahead and enroll somebody, set the wrong expectations. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and delete that in 3 to 4 months or in 3 to 4 rounds of disputes. Listen, Mr. Client, based on the length of time that has passed, that's the only indicator.
Right.
And we've said this shit time and time again. So the only indicator right now is length of time. How long has the account been on the report? If the account has been on the report for more than 6 months, it's more than fair game that we're running a good probability that we're going to find a discrepancy.
Right.
So the customer has to understand that there's rules and regulation, and nobody's above the rules or the regulation. So if it's something that we're going to do, we're going to go above and beyond for them.
Right.
But again, so really important. We obviously know that inquiries are one of the hardest things to go ahead and delete. We're talking about charge-offs. It's one of the hardest things to delete. We're talking about late payments on an open and active account.
Yep.
Dog, I really want to see, look at this bullshit. A fucking chargeback. Why? Because of wrong expectations of people bringing people in, then we go a few rounds, we don't delete the information, and customers cling on what? On deletions.
Yep.
They're clinging on what? On credit scores.
Right.
Which in a sense, it has to go back to the same thing, and we have to reiterate certain things. This is a combination of things. Not just one thing's gonna get you success on a credit score. It's focusing on the whole 5 different tiers of credit.
Right.
That's gonna do it. So emphasizing on that. So again, I need every single person, and we need to send out an email blast, write something down on an email, let everybody know, let management know, let processing know, that if we go ahead and enroll somebody, we have to be very specific as to what was said, especially if we have 5 collections from like 3 years ago, phenomenal. We're ready to go. If we have a charged off account from 3 years ago, phenomenal.
Right.
Why? Because the probability is going to be high.
Right.
But if it's something like the 5 collections from 3-4 years ago, and then all of a sudden we have 2 charge-offs from like 3 months ago, fuck no, we can't do that shit.
That's not gonna happen.
Or, hi, Mr. Client, I went ahead and I sent you an email. I'm just recapping the information. I want to make sure that you and I are on the same tip. These 2-3 charge-offs, the probability is not going to be that good, but we're going to go balls to the walls on this. And what makes us different than everybody else is the strategy that we do, the strategy that we provide, the knowledge and the information that we go above and beyond. Right. CFPB dispute, FTC dispute, State Attorney General's dispute, going to the creditor's dispute. So we're just not focused on one area, which is just challenging the information on 3 agencies. But if we're not giving this verbal information to the client,
then the expectation is not there.
The expectation is not there. Yeah. I was literally talking to Chris just about that. So it starts from the inception. It starts from my salespeople. If my salespeople are not saying the right shit, and we're bringing people in, and then all of a sudden it's like we're looking at a report and we're like, damn, what the fuck are we gonna do with that?
Yeah, no.
That's a problem.
Another
huge
thing.
Problem.
What do you think about this? Creating, being that we're having issues like that. Okay, to put them on the spot and make them accountable. What about if, like, I don't know, towards the end of the month, bring out, instead of recognizing
the violators.
Exactly. Like, okay, this and bring in like some sort of a sanction or whatever.
You know what? Too, what I think it'll be a good idea. Why don't we write something down on paper and make a chart, just like when we have our graphs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like this obviously was good when we started drawing a few things, and then you know what? Let's go ahead and create it. Let's create a chart that gives that. So if somebody's doing an evaluation, and we obviously need this in every single office.
Right.
And if we go ahead and we're looking at the chart, and if you're doing an evaluation and it's not part of the chart, it's kind of like the acceptable documents.
Right. It's a list.
It's a list.
It's a checklist.
Don't ask me. Don't come to me and be like, hey, do you think this document works? Dude, check out the service agreement.
Right.
If it's not on the service agreement, if it's not a list of acceptable documents, which is information that was captured from the bureaus themselves, why the fuck are you asking me if this is acceptable? The same concept. So the same thing. If we go ahead and we create something that people could literally mimic, and they're doing an evaluation, they're saying, hey, you know what? This one might be good, this one might be not. This way, they're not coming back to us. They're not making heads or tail decision.
Mm-hmm.
They're making it based on what the business needs.
Right.
Which again, it goes back to the same thing. We all have to speak the same language.
Yep. Referring to that, I need for the other offices, we need to find out with Fast PBX, because we need to give them extensions of what we have, so that this way I can listen and make sure that everybody I can do quality control.
Yeah. So
Okay.
what I'm gonna go ahead and work on is a few things. Not only that, I want to work on security.
Okay.
Obviously, I have the cameras. I need direct feed, which obviously I'm gonna work on that.
Mm-hmm.
I know we got the desk and all that other stuff, but with the keys or whatnot. Obviously, the phone, the software systems. I'm gonna call the IT,
Okay.
and hopefully.
See, when Serge can come by, it's just a matter of him plugging and playing with the switchboard over there, because she has the outlet right there, so she just needs to plug. The cable is there,
Yeah.
and we just need to bring the machine.
We need to be optimal with that.
Yeah.
So there's a few things obviously we have to go ahead and wrap up. I need to pass by buying a few other things as well. I need to get another printer and the other one. So there's a few things, but again, as long as the team holds it down,
Right.
as long as people know exactly what to do,
Yep.
how to prospect, how to address concerns, the more self-sufficient that they are, the better for us.
The easier.
But at the same time, I need for you to constantly
Keep on
be monitoring that shit, because people tend to deviate from it. So we need to stay on top of that shit.
I wanted to today, because since we spent so much damn time in Hialeah yesterday, you can go set up the machine for that or whatever. But I wanted to check on the
that's exactly what I was gonna tell you. And also,
yeah.
if you can, my suggestion would be, if you can, spend some time. We need to really nurture those two right there.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to go there real
Yes.
quick, just to check, make sure. I spoke to her yesterday to make sure that she's following the system, because already I gave her all of that yesterday. By the way, she was signing up another client now, so she's on it.
Good.
And then Beth already has a few clients. I just want to make sure that she's doing things how it's supposed to.
Definitely.
So I'm probably going to take her right there. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, probably like 40 minutes to give him some, and then be back. But just so that you know where's that. And then from there, I have a training with Orlando today, which is going to be the last training. I'm going to give him the little questionnaire and everything else. And then next week, since we still don't have the office ready or whatnot, the guys are going to be available at an earlier time. So I'm just going to recap and reiterate a couple of things just to make sure that they're optimal by the time that we're ready to open.
Good. Cover all the ends. Make sure cross all the T's, dot all the I's. Get everybody unified with regards to the systems.
Oh,
the
sorry.
spreadsheets.
Emails for Orlando. Email like yesterday.
I'll do that now.
Okay, please.
Yeah.
Get me those emails right away because they need it, and then I think we're good.
Awesome. Got it.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Let's do it.